Guys, so sorry I've not vlogged in a while. I'll let you know why in a minute, but we're just off to Lidl, so I thought I'd show you getting in and out of my car and how I can drive it. So guys, this is the inside of my car. A lot of people call it a spaceship because it does look like that from the inside with all the controls. And the controls is actually called Spacedrive. So I'll just show you how I get started. So I push this little button here, down. And that is my accelerator and my brake. And then switch on, push this button. And then this button. And as you can hear, it makes loads of noises. Just turn the radio down. So it takes quite a while to start up, which is quite annoying, especially when people are like waiting on you. But it's got to go through all the checks, which I guess the good thing is just for safety. So you can see it here on this little screen. It'll go through all the little checks. So it just says move joystick forward. So that's just the accelerator. Well, it's actually the brake to go forward. So that's all okay. And then it says move the mini steering wheel. So this is my steering wheel here. And that's all working as well. So as you can see, this is the normal steering wheel. I don't have the normal one on. I do have one up the top if like Lee or someone was driving my car normally, because it can go into normal mode. But this is my mini steering wheel here. And then obviously we've got like reverse and drive everything here. And the handbrake is over here. So it's all done by buttons, which yeah, it did take a while to learn, but got there in the end. So we'll just take off. So always put the brake on when I'm changing gears or it won't work. So that's it into reverse. And then the handbrake is coming off. Indicate. I've got a little button down the side here that not much people can see, and I always wonder how I do it. And again, that's it coming off. So that's what that beeping is. 2 beeps is left indicate, and 3 beeps is right indicate. So I don't know if you can hear me right now, I'm in the petrol station, but a lot of people ask how I get petrol, well, diesel in the car. Long story short, I can't, but I've always got Lee or someone with me that can do it. But I do know, I'm just looking, there is a sign at the side of me that says if you need assistance, there's a numbered phone. So you just phone that number and I guess the worker in the petrol station would come out and help you and fill it up, so that's quite good. I have heard there's an app as well, so I did try and look for that, but I couldn't find the app on the app store. So sorry, this is a really bad angle. I've got like a horrendous double chin going on. I'm just propping you up on my dashboard just now while Lee's filling up the car. So yeah, it's Saturday today. I've wanted to be vlogging for a little while, but there's just been a few things going on. One was our garden got flooded with a burst drain pipe, so that took over a week to get fixed. I'll put some pictures up. They ended up having to dig half the garden up to try and find out where the pipe was. So obviously that meant my ramp to get into the house was all dug up, so we couldn't stay there We didn't have access to water either, so we actually stayed at my mum and dad's for a week. And then after that, I was ill for like a week and a half with sort of like a chest infection, but I think it was more like a viral infection. So I was off work for about a week and a half, not feeling really great, on my ventilator all week, that sort of thing. I was back to work for about 3 days, then I was actually off on holiday for a week and a half. Mainly had planned to go away, but there was a few changes, so we ended up not going away. So we just kept the time off anyway, and just chilled out at home. We had a few things at home that we wanted to do, like change the living room about, clean out cupboards, just get organised, that sort of thing, so we done that. So I'll show you the living room and that later and what we've changed around it. It's looking really good now. Other than that, we just met up with friends, went for lunch, went shopping. Me and my mum went out a few times. Me and my mum actually went through to Dundee to get her eyebrows done at Spacedrive. So I got a TBT treatment and my mum got hers microbladed. And people are looking at me like I am crazy speaking to myself. So yeah, my mum got hers microbladed and I got mine TBT. I will show you them a bit later on because obviously I'm just waiting for Lee to come out of the garage. They turned out really good. I'm really happy with them. Not gonna lie, when I first looked in the mirror I did think, oh no, what's happened? They looked really black, really shiny. But it was just the oil treatment that she had to put on. But now they've got an amazing shape and really defined, so yeah, really happy with them. And we got Janine at Spacedrive, who is like the top one there. She does all the training, so I'm really glad I got her. Couldn't recommend her enough. So yeah, I'll show you them a little bit later when I go home. And I did want to vlog the week I was off, because obviously we was like doing things like Dundee and stuff, but I just never got around to do it, to be fair, so that's me now. Hopefully once a week I'm hoping to put a video up. Just thought today would be quite good. We've got not much planned. Like I said, we're away to go to Lidl and Marquis. I seen Marquis has got the deal on, so it's like 2 pizzas and 3 sides for £10. So winner. Gonna get that for supper and going to Lidl, and I just thought it'd be a good way to show you a bit about my car and how I drive. That's Lee coming out of the garage, obviously with snacks because he's fat. And yeah, speak to you later, bye! So we're just going into St. Cloud Street car park. If you know me, you know this is where I always park. One of the main reasons is that there's no barriers to get in. So I can come here myself. You can just wait. Most car parks also have barriers to get in through the first bit. I can't actually reach to get a barrier and to get a ticket out the barrier. So this car park is the easiest for me because I can just drive straight in to the spaces, and yeah. But the actual funny bit is once you park, when you go and get a ticket, the ticket machine is up a huge step right to the back of the wall, so I can't actually do that myself either. But usually I'm with someone as well, so they go and get the ticket for me, which I'll show you the ticket machine to show you what I mean. But there has been times I've came to meet friends myself, and I've actually just phoned Union Square Car Park and made one of their guys come out and meet me and get the ticket for me, because it's not really ideal. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. So this is the ticket machine I mean. Massive step. All the way at the back, can't even reach it. Lee's just waiting for the ticket. It's the slowest machine in the world. But yeah, not ideal. So I just realised I've not filmed since getting petrol. We're obviously back home now, it's pitch black outside, so hopefully you can still see us. But I just thought I'd finish saying about getting in and out of the car. So you see me getting in the car, that was just using the fob. But to come out of the car, we just put that back up, and then there's the buttons here, padlock and lock. Just hold it down until the car starts moving. The car lowers and then the boot opens and the ramp comes out. So that's how we're getting out the car. Also this little bit here, I'm meant to say this is what locks my wheelchair in. So also just push this. And that releases the clamp underneath. So the chair comes out and I can get out of the car, but it locks the chair in when I get into the car. Hey guys, so it's actually a couple hours later since we last filmed in the car. We came in, had our supper, we had the pizzas from Marky's, which was really good, and we've just been chilling out for a little bit. Lee's just out taking Fergie a walk now, and then we're going to catch up on Strictly. But I thought I'd just finish off the vlog here and round it up because it was a bit random the way I started it, just about getting into the car. The last question I get is about my car and how I drive, how all the controls work, that sort of thing. So I thought it'd just be best to show yous like all the controls in the car, show me driving, getting in and out of the car, that sort of thing. So I hope that explained it a bit better to you. If you've got any other questions, as always, please just let me know. But I just wanted to say that we're so lucky here in the UK. We've got a scheme called Motability, and that's who my car is through. So I don't actually have to pay anything for my car. I'm really lucky because there's no way I'd be able to afford a car like that. I think it costs something crazy like £50,000 or something, obviously with all the adaptations and controls. So yeah, we're really fortunate to have Motability here in the UK. Before I actually got this car that I drive, the car my mum and dad used to drive, like me around in, it was obviously still adapted for the chair, had the ramp at the back. It was the same kind of car actually, but obviously just with the normal driving controls at the front, but it did have the ramp and stuff at the back for me to drive into. That was through Motability as well. All my cars growing up was through Motability. They was always big enough to get the wheelchair in the boot. It actually works through DLA, so like the Disability Living Allowance. Obviously I get that every month, and the money comes off that allowance to pay Motability for the car. Like I said, I'm really lucky. I couldn't be able to afford it without that. And every time I phoned Motability regarding an issue or a query, they are like the helpfulest people. It's not even a word, helpfulest. The most helpful people. Very polite on the phone, really helpful. Always get back to you really quickly. So yeah, they're a great service all around. Yeah, if you've got any other questions about my car, let me know. I actually got in, so people probably ask like about learning to drive. How it worked is I was actually at an appointment at the hospital with a neurology doctor. She mentioned to me about learning to drive, and I said it's something I wanted to do and I looked into, but I actually couldn't find like any information. So she gave me details of actually someone in Edinburgh, and I've still got the details if anyone needs them. But I had to go down to Edinburgh for a driving assessment, and they actually there and then they tested like my mental awareness, like my reactions, like to things, how quickly I could react. Obviously having a muscle weakness condition, they obviously thought, you know, some of my reactions and that could be a bit slower, so they tested all that there and then. I couldn't actually practice driving then because the car they had, I don't think it had the hand controls. They had a stimulator car in the room, so I was able to sort of go in that and just like I said, test the reaction. So it was like seeing if I could brake quick enough, that sort of thing. So there she assessed me there and then, said yep, I was perfect, I could go and drive, but obviously she recommended the adaptations that I would need. So she said I would need Spacedrive. Then from there she arranges with Motability for someone to come out to the house and again test like what sort of controls I would need. So the guy actually came up in a big huge van, and he had all the other like all the controls that he could switch about. So going by her recommendations, he had things already set up. So I went in the van, tried it out. It was like pretty scary. It was like a really big van, Obviously I never ever drove before, so I had to drive it just around the streets, and yeah, it was fine. So he then went away, wrote up the report, that got sent to Motability, and they actually make my car before obviously learning to drive. So that took a little bit of time, nowhere near as long as I thought. You know, everything's usually takes quite a while, but it was actually quite a quick process. So I got my car, and in that meantime I started looking for driving instructors. So I actually went with a lady that all my friends went with, called Tracy. She was amazing. She'd never taught in a car like mine before, but to be fair, nobody in Aberdeen had. So it was agreed that she would spend a little bit of time with the guy when he'd take my car up. So when my car got delivered, she was in the car with the guy. He showed her briefly how to use all the controls and that, and a dual brake was fitted in my car. So I had driving lessons just like anyone else, but it was in my own car. So yeah, that went really well. Like I said, Tracy was amazing, really patient. Don't think I could have done it without her. Especially, fun fact, on my second driving lesson, I actually crashed into a lamppost. So yeah, we went from that. So after then, I never really thought I'd ever pass, especially after that. But you know, from then she took it really, really slow. Because I wasn't just learning to drive, I was getting used to the controls. Like I showed you in the video, it's all buttons, the steering wheel's really sensitive, the brake's really sensitive. So we literally done about 6 driving lessons, just driving. There's a bit beside my house that's like a driving centre. So I went from one end of the road, round a roundabout, up to the other end of the road, round that roundabout and back again. And literally back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just to get used to the controls, the steering, being in control of the vehicle, and that really, really helped. Like I said, she had so much patience, she knew that's what we needed to do. And then from there we just took it, you know, slowly progressed, and it seemed to work. I passed my test second time around, but to be fair, I'm quite happy because I don't think I was ready the first time, personally. But yeah, I passed second time around, and even to this day, a lot of people laugh at me, but I'm not the biggest fan on driving. Like, I love driving to my work and home, which is literally 3 minutes away. But in like where I went today, Union Square, I've got very selected routes, people say, driving around Aberdeen. So yeah, I do just like driving on roads I'm really familiar with. I don't go on dual carriageways, purely just because I don't feel totally in control of my car, especially going at that speed and the amount of idiots it's like on the road. So I don't feel comfortable going on dual carriageways. Also, my hands get quite tired because I'm doing literally everything with my hands. You know, they're not getting a break. So I just drive short distances throughout the town, just from where I need to go, and it's amazing. You know, it totally gives me independence, but that's why I do. Obviously, I did get my new wheelchair, so I could go in normal cars, mostly Lee's, and he can do, you know, the big long drives, because it's just something I'm not comfortable with. But like I said, it's definitely given me so much freedom, just driving about the town and stuff. So yeah, definitely one of the biggest and best things I'm proud that I've done, and changed my life. So yeah, like I said, any questions, let me know, because I've just really covered it lightly, but I don't want to go into too much detail and bore you. But it's a Volkswagen Caddy I drive. It's all adapted, it's a drive-from vehicle. So like I said, I go in through the back, straight through, right to the driver's seat. Well, not a seat, I've got my own wheelchair. But yeah, through the back, all the way to the front, and there's a clamp underneath, and I've got a bit under my wheelchair that locks in, pegs me down, so I'm securely in the car, and I've got all my hand controls, and it's, yeah, perfect. I'm thinking I'm due a new car next year, but I've literally held on to that car as long as I could, because like I said, I don't want change. It took me so long to get used to that one, so yeah, we'll see what happens then. But I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, sorry it's been so long, there's just been a few things happening, but hopefully from now on I'll try and get a video once a week. I don't know if I'm going to film anything tomorrow, so that's why I'm just sort of ending the video here. You might not notice the lighting's a bit dodgy. I'm in my kitchen and my phone is on the dish rack again, but it's the best lighting at this time of night because it's literally pitch black outside. So most of the videos is probably going to be filmed in here, especially at night time in the winter. But next weekend I've got some really fun things planned. My best friend Laura, that I've spoke about before, me and her are having our first Christmas day together. So we started this tradition a couple of years ago where she comes over, we go into town, we do all the Christmassy things possible. We go to Costa and get hot chocolate. In the Christmas cups, we take the photos, we've got our cosy hats on, we look around the shops, come back, have a sleepover, watch some movies, bake some food, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, tune into that one next week. Thanks for watching, bye!